there are some folks that use the combine to really separate themselves. There are some folks that use the combine to put themselves in position to make themselves almost so good and make themselves almost so good that you can't pass them up. There is one dude that I think won the NFL scouting combine this weekend. One guy. His name is Sonny Styles, the linebacker from LSU. I think Sonny Styles, Ohio State. Thank you, Oliver. See, I'm getting tired early. Thank you, Oliver. Sonny Styles, to me, without a shadow of a doubt, after his performance this weekend at the Combine, is the clear-cut best defensive prospect in the 2026 NFL Draft. Not only do I think he's the best prospect, the best defensive prospect, rather, in this draft, I'll take it a step further. I think he's the best linebacker prospect we've ever seen in the history of the National Football League. When you think about what Sonny Styles did this week, I know there's AI running rampant on Facebook, X, Instagram, TikTok. What Sonny Styles did this past weekend, he was moving so damn swell you would have thought it was AI. Sonny Styles, you bad mamma jamma. Can I give you the profile? It's almost like his parents got on their knees and said, Lord, please give us a linebacker. Please give us a Hall of Fame linebacker. That is what his mama pumped out. Shout out to Mama Styles. 6'5", 244 pounds. That 6'5" height, the same as Calvin Johnson. That 244-pound weight, 3 pounds lighter than Derrick Henry. This is where the numbers get freaky. He posted the best RAS score, relative athletic score, in the history of RAS. He's also got a little bit of Riz, if you've watched him on TV this year for Ohio State. He's awesome. There was this overarching thought, too, that he was one of the best interviews of the Combine. So this young man, while others decided not to participate, while others decided, you know what, I'm too cool for school, Sonny Styles said, hey, I'm going to show you all why I'm the best player maybe in the entire NFL draft. He put on an absolute clinic, a 9.99 RAS score, 43.5-inch vertical. That is the same as Nate Robinson, slam dunk contest winner. 4.46 40-yard dash, the same as Bijan Robinson, the best, the absolute best running back in the National Football League. Hold on. I want to make sure this is written right. 13.5-inch broad jump, the same as Julio Jones. So this dude, an absolute freakazoid. I am at a point right now, and whenever I'm looking at the draft, I get selfish a little bit. I think about my beloved Washington Commanders, if you're checking us out here on the stream. I think about my burgundy and gold. Oh, gosh. If he somehow ends up in the nation's capital, I will be the happiest nationally syndicated sports radio host in the country, damn it. I need him in D.C. We'll treat him right. Get him some mumbo sauce, some fries, some chicken wings. He'll be all right. But in reality, though, what Sonny Styles was able to do was absolutely incredible. Here's the thing that sticks out to me and why I think he's the best defensive prospect, right? This is a young man that 2 years ago was a safety for Ohio State. So he takes those instincts from the back end, and now he takes it a step closer to the line of scrimmage. And none of the athleticism, as you can see from these testing scores, the athleticism doesn't dip off at all. His body composition has changed totally from when he got on campus at Ohio State. So not only is he athletic enough as a linebacker to cover tight ends, running backs, carry wide receiver threes up to see him in a Tampa 2, he can blitz as well. Look at how big he is. Look at how he's 6'4", 6'5", 244 pounds. So why I say he's the best defensive prospect, I think he can cover better than any other linebacker, right? I think he's got the thumping ability of the best linebackers in the class. And then think about what the NFL draft is. This is based on projection. I think based on the way he performed in the drills and then the body composition, he projects, in my opinion, to be just as good of an edge rusher as a David Bailey, as a Arvell Reese. He just didn't have the reps that they did. So you're not going to see his sack numbers be super high. But a year and a half ago or a year ago, he had 6 sacks for that Ohio State defense. So this is a dude that I think can do it all. And these athletic numbers are absolutely off the chart. Some context for the 43.5-inch vertical, which is absolutely insane. It's the highest vertical since 2003 for anybody that's 6'4" and above. And it's the highest since 2003 for anyone that's over 240 pounds. So he is real live like a test tube linebacker. Like, basically, like I said about his parents, man, getting on their knees and saying, Lord, please give us an all-pro linebacker. That is what Mama Styles pumped out, man. He is an absolute freakazoid. His 43.5-inch vertical tied for the 15th highest jump since 1999 of any position. So we're comparing him against all draft picks, all prospects since 99. And he's giving you these type of numbers. Whatever team is able to get their hands on this young man, you just made yourself a hell of a lot better. And then the thing that really sold me is I'm watching the big shouty shows this afternoon, and all you keep hearing, and I'm reading articles on Twitter, because I want to get the scuttlebutt from the combine. I told y'all, that is where the tea is spilled. Everyone keeps saying it. Unprompted. Who is the best interview at the combine? GMs are talking about it. Scouts are talking about it. Unprompted. Sonny Styles' name comes up. So not only did he crush it on the field, in the part that you all say doesn't matter anymore, he also crushed it in the meetings as well. This Sonny Styles, without a shadow of a doubt, is the best defensive prospect in the 2026 NFL Draft. Book it. He's the type of player that walks into the National Football League as a top 5 player at his position. We're talking about the upside of a Roquan Smith. We're talking about the upside of a Fred Warner. Devin Lloyd from the Jags is about to get paid coming up here this spring. He's that type of difference maker at the position. And if you put him in a scheme, and if you match him up with a defensive coach that has a vision for how to use him, a.k.a. Durante Jones and the Washington Commanders at pick number 7, I hope it happens. But if you put him in a scheme and with a defensive coordinator that has a vision, this is a guy that I think could put up a statistical anomaly. I'm talking 70-plus tackles, 7 to 8 sacks, multiple interceptions, multiple forced fumbles. He's that type of force multiplier on the defensive side of the football. I think he makes everybody around you better. And here's the thing. Everyone will tell you, right? Oh, the off-ball linebacker position is devalued in the NFL. We don't have these type of athletes at off-ball linebacker in the NFL. That's why. Here's for my football junkies out there, we're going to get nerdy here for a second. Let me tell you why an off-ball linebacker in today's day and age, if he's as good as Sonny Styles, is valuable. Imagine if you're a defense, and a lot of teams in today's NFL play mostly nickel, right? Imagine if you can play your base defense all game long because you got a guy like Sonny Styles that can cover wide receiver threes, that can run up the seam with a tight end, that can cover a running back, that can blitz off the edge. He totally, to me, changes your defense. And the other thing that really solidified him as being the number 1 defensive prospect to me is that thought about the pass rushing upside. And I know David Bailey put up tremendous numbers at Texas Tech. Tremendous numbers. And I know what Arvell Reese potentially gives you. But Sonny Styles is just as big as those guys physically, and he's a way better athlete. So when we talk about what constitutes a guy going high in the draft, we're not drafting you based off of what you are right now. We're drafting you off of what we think you can be. And when it comes to Sonny Styles, I'm telling you, I think he's the best linebacker prospect ever. Better than Ray Lewis. Let's just go through some of the linebackers that have been drafted here just since 2010. Rolando McClain out of Alabama at 8 overall in 2010 of the Raiders. Luke Kuechly in 2012. I think he's a better prospect than these guys. Roquan Smith, as I just mentioned. Devin White, who went 5th overall. Devin White, the highest drafted linebacker in recent memory. And I know people have PTSD from Isaiah Simmons. You know what the difference is between Isaiah Simmons and Sonny Styles? One of those guys played in a real football conference. The other didn't. It's the bottom line. So don't have PTSD thinking he's just Isaiah Simmons. Oh, no, he's not that. He played against some dogs throughout the course of his college career, man. I think this kid's legit. And we haven't seen an off-ball linebacker drafted this high since Devin White. Since Devin White. So it's going to be interesting to see if a team has the onions to do it. But, like, I keep talking about my Commanders. If you're the New York Jets at 2, you need impact players. Why not take them? Why not take him? He's got a chance to be an all-pro caliber player in year number 1. And what's so great about this, the combine is really, if you're a scout, a talent evaluator, you want ultimately, right? You want the tape to match the workout. You want the workout rather to confirm what you saw on tape from a speed standpoint, how quickly he's closing on ball carriers. This dude's legit. I keep calling him a test tube linebacker. It's not to be disrespectful. I keep talking about his mama in a good way, not the way that T.I. and 50 Cent are talking about each other's mamas. This is positive mama talk. Mama Styles, whatever her last name is, you birthed a legend.